Hi there everyone, welcome to Creative Coloring with Erum. Today we are creating a dramatic and easy floral card featuring rich jewel-toned colors paired with a dark background. This color palette is one of my absolute favorites. It's bold, gorgeous and full of life. Let's get started and create something beautiful together. I will use the Build a Garden Breezy Petals. I have already heat embossed one of the images in antique gold on classic Crest solar white cardstock. Now I will start by placing stencil 1, and for the base layer of inks, I will use Pink Pearl, Pinkalicious and Lavender Fields Fresh Dye Inks. To ink the flowers, I will first add peach, then follow with pink. The hidden flower will have a bit of pink, then a bit of purple, then peach, and a bit of pink at the end, moving into the flower on the right, and then ending with purple. That's a plan so far, but it can change. I have to keep one thing in mind. I can blend peach and pink or pink and purple, but avoid blending purple and peach. As I said, I will start with the pink pearl and then bring in Pinkalicious. You can keep the pressure of your hand lighter for the outer petals of this flower, but if you want a really bold look, you can be heavy-handed. I prefer to keep changing the hand pressure to get variation in inking. I will add the pink pearl and Pinkalicious to the other areas too. In the end, I will add Lavender Fields to the flower on the right. Next, I will reposition the stencil to ink the smaller flowers. Since we have the peach and pink on adjacent flowers, all of these will be pink and purple, starting by adding Lavender Fields mostly, and then adding very little of Pinkalicious. Placing stencil 2, I will start by inking the base layer on to the open flower. And as I stopped pink for the topmost flower, I will start with Pinkalicious and then add Pink Pearl. I will make this flower darker since it's underneath the topmost flower, and we need to add variation in our cluster too. I will switch to darker inks, Coral Bliss, Rubelite, and Deep Iris Fresh Dye Inks. Now follow the same ink shade as underneath, more or less, starting with Coral Bliss, then Rubelite, making sure I overlap to get a gorgeous blend and an equally gorgeous hot color. Continuing to add inking even to the open flower, I'm inking all the pink and peach areas first, and then I will move to the purple area because I will use the purple to add shading to the center of the flower later on. Repositioning the stencil, I will add Deep Iris to the smaller flowers, leaving a small area for Rubelite. Moving on to the next stencil, I will now add Rubelite to the topmost flower since it had more of Coral Bliss. Then I will layer Deep Iris over it. I will do the same with other layers too. Adding a layer of pink helps blend purple better. To add more drama, I will add Dark Night Fresh Dye Ink very carefully to the center of the flower where I added purple, and you will see it will add depth and dimension right away. For the leaves, place the next stencil and apply Deep Iris Fresh Dye Ink to the base, keeping the tips light. Layer Dark Night to the base of the leaves only and ink the flower centers completely. Place the layering stencil for the leaves and apply Dark Night completely covering all the areas. The contrast between the two layers will look so beautiful and the purple blue of the leaves will match the flowers. I die cut my image and set it aside. For the background, I couldn't decide between Arctic Mountain and Dark Night cardstock, so I used strips of both. You can use thin strips or thicker ones as I have, Mine are 1 inch wide. I will start adhering them to the card base in alternating rows with glue tape or ultra sticky double-sided tape. Once done, cut off the overhanging strips. Next, adhere the die cut image with instant dimension foam tape off the edge. Trim the overhanging pieces and adhere them to the opposite side or where you prefer. Next, add splatters of gold paint from the metallic watercolor 14 pan set. You can use a scrap piece of paper to cover the image if you don't want splatters on the image. For the sentiment, I used just a note from the Scripty Sentiments Die Set out of Gilded, glitter cardstock, and vellum. To complete the look, I adhered a few stellar sequins in champagne. And there you have it, a jewel-toned, bold floral card that's gorgeous and yet easy to make. I hope you'll give this technique a try and explore how a dark background can transform your projects. Don't forget to tag us when you share your version. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Wait, we have more where that came from. If you're after fabulous card making tutorials, you are definitely in the right spot. Our amazing design team create and upload fabulous video tutorials right to this YouTube channel. If you don't want to miss another amazing crafting tutorial, don't forget to subscribe and click that fun red button that you can see. Let's become paper crafting experts together.